Hey everybody, movie fan Z here. So the movie I'm going to be reviewing for you is from 2012, and that is 21 Jump Street. So this movie focuses primarily on Schmidt and Jenko, who are two cops that are forced to go undercover at a high school in order to stop a drug from getting out to the public that has some severe consequences. And they have to find out who the supplier and who the dealers are and all that. So, this movie is directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who would go on to direct movies like the Lego Movie and Into the Spider-Verse. So, you have the main cast. You have Schmidt is played by Jonah Hill, and Jenko is played by Channing Tatum, with supporting performances by Ice Cube, Dave Franco, and Brie Larson. And this is actually kind of a reboot of the 1980s TV show that starred Johnny Depp. So let's get into this movie. I really enjoyed it. This is, I think, the third time at least that I've seen this movie, but there's a lot of things going for this movie. First off, it is very self-referential, and that kind of leads to some of the humor in there. So we'll tie those together: self-referential, and it's a comedy, and it's a great comedy. Like, it knows that it is ridiculous, and it even has references to the '80s show, but it just at times goes above and beyond and just extra, and that's what I like. It it knows what it is and it plays to that strength. And as far as the humor goes, it's just a lot of moments of chuckling and laughing just at stupid things. Along with that, let's talk about the performances. I thought everybody in their main role was great, and I thought they each had chemistry with each other. And actually, there's some standouts in here. Let's first talk about Channing Tatum. So, Step Up in 2006 was kind of his, like, coming out in a way. That was, I think, his first big movie, and he was also the male lead. But from that movie, including that movie, up until 2012, it was all romance movies or serious action movies. This allowed him to kind of show his range and show that he could he could have comedy too, and he had a lot of great moments in this movie. Some of the other smaller standouts. One is Dave Franco, who is known definitely for comedies, but I think this showed that he could be a great supporting character in those type of movies later, in ones like Neighbors and movies like that. And then you also have Brie Larson in here, who later became known for things like Short Term 12 and Room before being Captain Marvel. But she had a good role in this too, as like the love interest. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie on a third rewatch. and it's one I would recommend if you're into that self-referential stupid comedy. So overall, I'm going big. Let's go an 8 out of 10. But that is my review for 2012's 21 Jump Street. Come back next time for another review. This Movie Fan Z signing off. Have a good night.